I know a
Let's do it.
little bit about some of this man's work here. Treat Williams passed away at 71 years old.
Yep.
And let's look at it right here. Treat Williams, Everwood, Once Upon a Time in America. We were just talking about that movie on
Yeah.
a remember
Yeah.
live stream. I was like, we were talking about the Jewish mafia. He was in that movie. Dead at 71 in tragic motorcycle accident, man. Go ahead, Rhodes. Go ahead.
Well, I can tell you this. My favorite Treat Williams film is a little known, like, I guess you could call it like a horror movie or something like that. It was a movie by the name of Deep Rising back in the day.
I don't think I've seen that.
That's my favorite Treat Williams film. I saw it in the theater. I think that may be the only Trent Williams starring movie where he was like the leading guy in it. I think that's the only film I actually saw in the theater that where he was the star of the film. He was a character actor in a
Character
lot
actor,
of movies,
yeah.
but that was the one that he was a I think it's a creature feature or something like that.
Okay.
But I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Says here, veteran actor Treat Williams, known for his role on TV's Everwood, as well as his performances in the classic films Hair and Once Upon a Time in America, died on Monday at the age of 71 in a tragic motorcycle accident. Barry McPherson, Williams' agent for 15 years, confirmed the actor's death in a statement on Monday. Quote, he was killed this afternoon. He was making a left or right, and a car cut him off. McPherson said, I'm just devastated. He was the nicest guy. He was so talented. He was an actor's actor. Filmmakers loved him. He's been the heart of the Hollywood since the late 1970s. He was really proud of his performance this year. He's been so happy with the work that I got him. He's had a balanced career. According to People, the crash allegedly happened along Route 30 in Dorset, Vermont, when the actor's motorcycle collided with a car. Investigators believe the driver of the car was turning and didn't see the motorcycle, the outlet reported. A LifeNet helicopter was summoned from Ticonderoga, New York, to airlift him to a hospital. The Manchester Fire Department responded and set up the landing zone for the helicopter. Other emergency services that responded included East Dorset, or is it Dorset? I don't know. Dorset, that's probably the way we pronounce it here. But anyway, Fire and Rupert Fire. Man, that's sad, man.
Yeah.
That's sad. And then the great James Wood tweets out, Treat and I spent months in Rome filming Once Upon a Time in America. I highly recommend you guys see that movie. It's really good. It can be pretty lonely on the road doing a long shoot, but his resilient good cheer and sense of humor was a godsend. I really loved him, and I'm devastated that he's gone. Rip Treat Williams, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at his just filmography, and there are a couple of different films on here I really like. Mulholland Falls was a really good one. God, the cast in that movie was just Nick Nolte, Melanie Griffin, Chaz Palminteri, Michael Madsen, Chris Penn, Treat Williams, Jennifer Connelly, Andrew McCarthy, and John Malkovich. That was a really badass flick. And somebody brought up in the chat, let me make sure I give them their due. John Falsetta brought up Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. That is another one that he was in that was pretty good. And that had a crazy ass cast to it too, but that was a good flick that I can really remember. I have not seen Once Upon a Time in America, but that is on my very, very near future watch list. I got very close.
You gotta see it, man.
I almost watched it a couple of days ago, or at least started it. It's like almost 5 hours.
Yeah,
4 hours
it's like
long.
4 or 5 hours, man. We watched it years ago. I really did like it. You don't see many Jewish mafia movies, but that's one of them right there, and it's pretty good. Pretty good. Rest in peace, Treat Williams. Man.
That's crazy. And what's crazy is to make it to 71 and then get killed in an auto accident or a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, yeah,
That sucks.
yeah. I don't like motorcycles, man. Actually, a guy I went to college with, driving his motorcycle. That's all he did. He died in a motorcycle accident too. He was actually going to Lamar in Beaumont, working on his master's degree. Got killed. Sad.
Yikes. Yeah. We came across a bad one just about 2 weeks ago. They finally put a new light in right down the road at a very dangerous intersection out by where I live, where people have been. I mean, there's probably been 15 people killed in the last decade there at that intersection. They finally put a light in, and 2 days after they put the stoplight in, somebody still got killed there on a motorcycle at that stoplight.
Yeah, right
And,
down the road from me here, they're putting in stoplights. And where I live at, we don't have a lot of traffic, but they built this warehouse right behind my subdivision now. So I guess that's the reason why they put it in. Well, putting it in, it's not done yet.
Which substitute movies was he in? I know Tom Berenger starred in the first two, maybe. And I can actually just come out and admit I saw the substitute, the original one, in the theater. That's back when I went to like 3 movies a week. I saw.
You used to go to
everything.
3 movies a week?
Yeah. Back in the 90s, I went usually about 3 times a week. I would go.
I tell you, man, what I used to love doing when I was in college, because college when you broke, the dollar movie theater was right across the street, and so many people would go to watch a movie for $1.
Sure.
I think they should bring back the dollar movie, man. But it's probably not profitable, It's probably not.
I saw a lot of movies in the 90s in the theater.
Yeah, when I was a kid, though,
I was just talking about.
When I was a kid, that's pretty much the only movie theater my mom would actually bring us to was the dollar theater. She would just wait till movies went to the dollar theater and bring us.
Well, it was such, the dollar theater was such a good, like if there was a movie that was like borderline on me going to see it in the theater, and it's near the end of its run, and I'm like, you know what? I've got nothing going on. Let me run up there. I almost went and saw it when, 4 or 5 weeks ago. I never got around to it. It slipped through the cracks, and I would go check. I've probably seen 100 movies at the dollar theater, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if do dollar theaters still exist?
Hashtag bring them back. I don't know how they could do it now. They'd have to do like $2 or $3.
Because streaming is so convenient now, It's so convenient. But some theaters, like I know that like we have Studio Movie Grill out here in the Houston area. They'll have like classic movie night, but it ain't $1. It ain't $1. So yeah.